Good morning and welcome to today's daily reading, which is for the 11th of the 11th, 2023. So the 11th of November, 2023. Today's Remembrance Day. And today we're reading from Simple Abundance by Sarah Ban Breathnach, and we're talking about amazing grace. Grace fills empty spaces, but it can only enter where there is a void to receive it. And it is grace itself which makes this void. And that's a quote from Simone Weil. Grace is direct divine intervention on our behalf that circumvents the laws of nature, time, space, cause and effect, the availability of parking, for our highest good. Theologians tell us that grace is an unmerited demonstration of God's love, proof that we're not in this alone. Considering that most of us operate under the assumption that daily life is a one-woman battleground, it's no wonder we're amazed when out of the blue, the force suddenly seems to be with us. Grace is the force, a spiritual energy field that protects and assists. Grace is Spirit's test flight. We seem to glide through the moment, the encounter, the day, without friction. We experience real life. We access grace like every other spiritual tool by asking for it specifically and regularly. In the morning, you brush your teeth, put on the kettle or the coffee maker. Now that you're awake, gratefully and expectantly, ask for one day's portion of grace. The kids eat their breakfast, get dressed without fuss, and are out the door on time. The bus driver waits for you. The day unfolds in blissful uneventfulness. Someone asks if you've lost weight. You realise you're smiling at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You think, maybe there's something to this. The next day, you ask for grace. Eventually, you get to the point where asking for grace is as natural and as necessary as breathing. That's beautiful. Her book is beautiful, and all her readings are beautiful, but I really like that one. Grace. I think, if you've watched any of the other daily readings, I have spoken about my own turning back to God this year, 2023, and the fact that I had a surgery in the spring. And very much I felt the presence of grace, and it was a word that kept coming into my awareness. Grace, alongside faith. I think faith and grace are great sisters, and we can ask for grace and have faith that it will be with us. And when we've lost ourselves on our spiritual journey, or we haven't started on our spiritual journey, these words, these ideas, these, I want to use the word concoctions, seem impossible. But if we just try it, there is no harm in trying any of the spiritual tools that are suggested to us. And, if we don't try, then we can't really rubbish it, can we? Because we haven't tried it. But if we try, then the chances are we will benefit. It's a bit like setting your intention, asking for grace in the morning, just asking for grace to be with you every morning. I do my daily meditations, and I have to admit here that this morning I did not ask for a portion of grace to be with me. But having done that reading, I am, as soon as we're finished, going to ask that a portion of grace be with me today and see how my day goes. It's about changing your mindset. If you can change it to optimism, faith that everything is okay, everything's going to be okay. You're going to get that parking space. You're going to, you have a peaceful day. You're going to catch that bus that you're, maybe going to have to run for, but the driver's going to wait for you. It's having the faith that everything is well. And I love this phrase, all is well, and all is well, and all manner of things are well. And I tell myself that when things begin to slide in the wrong direction. And it kind of reminds me to have faith and trust and to ask for grace. So that's 5 minutes. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Sending out love to you all. Namaste.